Hey, what's up? I got some more lore content for you guys. Rotation just happened, which means it's time for the first meta report to get you climbing. This is an exciting one because not only is Jhin back, but Azir Irelia is making its first ever appearance on meta report since it's been partially rotated for so long until now. Trust me, you don't want to miss out. That way you have a good understanding of what's strong, whether you want to play the best decks themselves or if you want to know how to counter them. Let's see what these strong decks are, shall we? Welcome to meta report. Before we get into the two spicy decks of the video, I do have to cover the current #1 deck in the meta, and that is Janna Nilah. Coming in with a win rate of 55.84% and a play rate of 3.05%, it is still that Mega Goliath from last patch. Its best matchups include variations of Yasuo Stun, and also Swain Nora, while its worst matchups are Braum Zoe, Vlad Braum, and variations of Poro King. This list is the more aggressive Unga Bunga version of the deck, having more 1-drops and dropping Sunk Temple. There's a lot of explorers in the meta, which means you will run into more landmark removal than you are comfortable with, which is nice because this deck drops Sunken Temple and also drops the Ruined Rex and just plays more early game stuff, more pressure, and more direct damage spells. So the main theme of the deck is to basically turbo draw, level Nilah, level Janna, put out a bunch of pressure, discounted units, discounted spells, things like that. Play with a lot of cards while not really needing that much mana investment, and basically out-tempoing your opponent. There's a lot of really cool combos you can do, like Pool Shark, and then that draws you a fleeting card, and then you can put it back into the deck with Miriam while getting extra value, and like little synergies like that makes the deck feel really rewarding to play, and very combo-oriented as well. So if you like the idea of turbo aggressive, turbo draw, and also some combo potential in there, then this deck is for you. And that's it for the deck rundown. Now here's a live commentary game so you can see how the deck plays out. I'll be giving context to why I'm playing certain cards, and hopefully it gives you a good feel on how to play the deck. And for this example game, we're going to be fighting a self-slaying Kalista Evelynn deck. I can see the synergy, it sounds pretty cool. We have Master Lookout on 1, Medium on 2, a Mystic Shot, I think that's always nice, and we can mulligan away the Divine Whirlwind. Oh, we got Howling Gale instead. That's pretty good. We can use Howling Gale to kill Evelynn or Kalista, to be honest. Howling Gale is nice because as long as you play enough cards, you can make this deal up to 5, which is pretty crazy. Yep, nothing wrong with playing the Master Lookout right on turn 1, so I'll go ahead and do that. I kind of wish it was Pool Shark, and then we could do the combo of getting a fleeting card off the top and then Medium, putting it back in the deck. That'd been super nice. But that is A-okay. I think what I would want to do here is probably Medium Updraft to draw, and then just have 2 bodies on the board. I don't really know what I'd pick though, the Eye of the Storm probably. Yeah, that'll make it discounted later and easier to play. I don't really need to refill my spell mana since I'm currently going to be passing turn 3 anyways, so let us draw this.
I'm here in Janna's name.
Yeah, I plan on full floating turn 3, that way we can bank the spell mana, and then go into turn 4 with Janna. Salt Door. Okay, Salt Door, Salt Door. I will only attack with the Medium then. That puts the Salt Door to 1. The other variation to play was I could have open attacked with the Master Lookout for 2 guaranteed damage, but I didn't really know what they're going to play on 2. Or if they're not going to play anything, right? If they didn't have a turn 2, then I'd be pushing more damage. But the Salt Door is a nice defensive play out of them. Iris. 1-2 with Tough, which means that is not Mystic Shotable. That is a bit annoying, I will admit. A bit annoying. I will have to take 1 to face, and then they get another Husk. And it's an Elusive Husk! Okay, so they are playing Turbo Elusive this game. Getting pretty lucky with those. Now I will take the open attack for sure. And then we'll see what we do after that. It's probably Janna pinging off Mystic and Howling. Yeah, I'm okay with that. If that's Evelynn immediately, we are kind of in trouble. Alright, Janna, let's pick the Howling Gale and the Mystic Shot. And next turn we can play the Exalted Cloudwinder. I also have the Howling Gale that can kill the Iris. Okay, it's Evelynn already, and that's a perma elusive Evelynn. I actually don't know how I'm going to deal with that.
Mind if I slip into something a little more painful?
They are turbo high rolling so far. Exactly Tough Husk on Iris has made it to where I couldn't kill it, and then immediate Elusive Husk on Evelynn, right? So this is like really, really worst case scenario here. But I'm going to have to hold the Howling Gale to try to deal with the Evelynn later. That's the only thing I can think of. Another elusive husk. That is not good for me.
Storm unrelenting.
But this is relatively fine. We have discounted cards. We can get the Howling Gale up. They're going to pick the excavation for sure, but I don't even run the landmark, so that's fine. That's now a 2/4 elusive. Their entire board is elusive. This is awesome. This is awesome and epic and cool, I think. So let's do Windborn Mariner.
Wind need not be seen to move our world.
Leap of faith.
If they play something else, then that'll be nice, because then I can kill the Evelyn. Okay, they're not. Alright, fair enough. I'm taking a bunch of damage. Unblockable damage, even. Gonna do this.
Lift us up upon your mighty wings, old friend.
So in case they're on second Evelyn, I cannot do these in the same sequence. I will have to do one after another. Black Spear. Deal 4. Alright, well... that is not very chill at all, actually. There goes my Janna. And then I will have to do this. Fare thee well, Evelyn. There's nothing they can do for 1 mana to save her, so we will just go next.
One last kiss.
And then I'm going to attack with the Cloudwinder first. Oh, another Janna. How do you do? Attack, attack, attack. And then I'll probably do Eye of the Storm to beat over the Surveyor if Surveyor decides to block something. And then we'll see where we go from there. I could play Cloudwinder instead this turn. I think I'd want to play Janna. Oh, okay. Fascinating. Sure. I need to get the pressure back out, though. So it's going to be Janna and then getting rid of Lookout and Eye of the Storm, right? That way I can keep the Cloudwinder for follow-up draw. We just need more removal. Like, I'm surprised I haven't drawn more. I guess I did, not mulligan, but I did updraft away one of the Howling Gales. Siren Song? Yeah, that's a bit of an issue too. 1 cost allies everywhere, 1/1. You and you. Bye-bye.
Fill your lungs and cry, Janna.
Now, I need to survive this next turn. And then I might be okay.
The Zephyr
An elusive is cool. Nilah's cool. Howling Gale's really nice. We can actually play all that too. Oh, another Evelyn!
I'm always ready to play.
Okay, at least it's not elusive. And as long as they don't grant her Overwhelm, I guess I'm okay with that. We can also do Vikrash. Vikrash is nice. I can block the Iris at the very least, so I'll do that one first. And then I'm going to sack Miriam in front of the Evelyn, and then play out the other 2 units that I have.
Yes, I bite.
You're blocking here, you're blocking here. This is A-okay. I'm not using Eye of the Storm for the trade. Nope. Just gonna do this.
Together we shall watch over those who need us.
Yep, yep, yep. Yeah, let's play the Nilah.
I will aid you, Nilah, for you face monsters.
It is the monsters that face me.
Nice one. Good comeback. Alright, and then I think I'll Howling Gale the Surveyor, actually. Salt Thor, hello.
We'd better have left.
Waiting on her meal, ma'am. Best get to
I mean, hey, I'm kind of clean with it.
My tempest
This is not bad.
the wicked.
Nilah is going to level on round start, which is pretty cool. Okay, that's not nice. Not the Overwhelm Husk.
Behold the power of the seventh seal!
But right now, I'm, like, against all odds. Alright. Let's get our quick attacks out first. Quick attack, quick attack, quick attack.
This can be fun.
Elusive, Nilah, and then Janna last. I don't see why I wouldn't attack with Janna when I am going to be trying to go for a lethal here soon. I don't really care about her level, right? Not really.
Time to die.
The only thing that can block Nilah is Evelyn, so that's cool. Evelyn is currently doing something over there. So far, so good. What else are you gonna do? What else you thinking about, Probably hate spikes, right? Hate spike, husk, and my dudes. Not me dudes. So that means my buff target's gonna be the Nilah. I mean, I guess they could also be on vengeance and things like that, but... Oh, there it is. I somehow manifested that. I literally just called it. So let's do Eye of the Storm now.
Cast aside fear. I am with you.
I also don't really mind playing that Slipstream, just to see if we can come up with something else to play. Or maybe I should hold on to it. No, we can Slipstream now. I'm already giving them next action. Bull Shark and another Nilah. Oh, that's really fascinating. Another Nilah. 6 HP. I guess I'm gonna do this. 2, 4, 6, 2, 5. 5. I don't really need to do that, actually. If I'm killing everything right now, I can just kill the Evelyn with Howling Gale. Okay. I was thinking about it. I don't really have to do anything. Howling Gale will clutch for me. And I will kill this Evelyn. So don't count me out yet. Even though this has been an uphill battle since, like, turn 2, I actually think we can still win this. There's Hate Spike. There's Hate Spike. We will Mystic Shot that then. I get more damage Mystic Shotting the Husk and just getting rid of that. There shouldn't be a lot they can do about this unless they're on a second one. Oh! Hellstones! That's fine. Now I can use Formless Blade. That's like a full outplay for us. I just have an answer to everything, and that's basically what this deck does, is it just draws so much that it has an answer to theoretically everything. Now, when this resolves, they're going to have nothing on the board except for a little lone Husk. And we've already dealt with not one, but 2 Evelyns, because we are killing the second one right now with a perfect Howling Gale resolution. Fare thee well. And then I'm going to play both Bull Sharks, obviously. That way I can just turbo draw. And I'll also be leveling Janna by doing that, so I think we very quickly get ahead here. Let's take that level first.
By my winds shall the downtrodden rise.
I think we not only stabilized, but got really far ahead out of nowhere. I'm not playing the Master Lookout, right? I don't really think I need to. Alright, Janna. Draw time. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, we're cooking. Let's just draw everything. They draw 1 for the turn. Yeah, I'm going to draw 4 with the potential to draw 4 more. Yeah, you know, no big deal, guys. Well, they have no Evelyns left, basically. Oh, hello, Ladros. How are you? You think they're on something funny? Like Atrocity? Fascinating. Let me slipstream. Oh, they can't do anything. Let me slipstream. Yeah, I can just kill him. Like, that's literally no big deal. I see Ladros, and, like, I'm not even sweating. Light work, no reaction. Like, that is so fine. That is so fine, bro. We just do a little bit of whip, whip, and then we can also do whip. Now watch me whip. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to say the nay-nay part. But we did just screw them over. Like, that's really bad. Like, low-key, I'm pretty mean for all this. We'll do that. Yeah. GG. Hard fought battle. Again, against all odds, this deck comes out on top. And here it is, making its very first appearance on Meta Report. The Terror, the Plague, Azir Irelia, coming in with a win rate of 53.99% and a play rate of 2.79%. If you've never picked up this deck and you don't know what all the hullabaloo is about, it's time to pick it up and find out. Its best matchups include Yasuo Leona, Azir Renekton Sundisk, Yasuo Noxus, and Poro King Braum. While its worst matchups are Shyvana Pantheon, Draven Gwen, Jhin Annie, and Shyvana Targon. Not only is this deck back for the first time in Standard, but also the first time with some new tools, that being the Emperor's Army, which is one of the strongest landmarks that this deck has ever had access to, and it has torn it up quite a bit in Eternal. Azir Irelia has been a consistent threat. It's a deck that has always been playable in Eternal. Now, the main difference between Eternal and Standard is that Eternal has a natural higher level of power, so Azir Irelia has been fighting like really, really strong decks. So when you take a very powerful deck outside of Eternal and you put it into the lower power format of Standard, now we have an issue. That's why this deck has immediately risen to the number 2 spot. I actually feel like the deck is objectively stronger than the Janna Nilah. It's just that the meta has kind of already started warping around Azir Irelia to keep it down, which is really, really interesting. Also, the meta is pretty like aggressive and pretty like burn, kill the opponent kind of fast, which is nice because that counters Azir Irelia, so it's keeping it in check currently. If this was like Azir Irelia and 7 control decks, Azir Irelia would be the best deck in the game. Like, it would beat all 7 control decks by itself. Also, the other new tool is Desert's Wrath, being able to have stronger Sand Soldiers. This deck aims to play very combo oriented. It wants to set up like pretty unreactable, like turns 1 through 3 kind of stuff, where you're not really playing with the opponent, you're kind of just playing solitaire when you are at the helm of the Azir Irelia, and then you wombo combo turn 4, turn 5, right, with your champions, and then you just kind of kill people on 5, 6, 7. It plays out pretty similarly every time. There are some like deviations to the combo in which pieces you open, but it does kind of feel like playing Exodia in a way where if you just have everything, it's really hard for the opponent to come back from. This deck naturally beats control decks and slow strategies because it has like protection, it has deny, it has Ionia, right? So it's pretty good against like namely Freljord, SI control decks, which I don't know how prevalent those are after this newest rotation, probably not very prevalent, but it suffers against like Jhin and Janna Nilah and things like that. However, it can still win that matchup. I have lost to Azir Irelia while playing Burn before because of Desert's Wrath defensive utility and also Emperor's Army aggressive utility. Really, really strong cards that helps offset the matchup, but that's basically how it's gonna go. You will need probably like 2 or 3 games of Azir Irelia to like really understand the fundamentals, but then once you got it and you play like 10 games of it, all right, you got it, basically. You can play it out each time and definitely either win outright or put a lot of pressure on the opponent in order for them to beat you. This deck is very, very powerful and very, very consistent too. There are some tech cards that you can run. This is like a basic list that I found that has been doing really good in Eternal. There's obviously things like the Musician if you want to. You can play the Field Musicians for more draw. You can take out Deny. You can run Retreat, Return instead of Lead and Follow. You can do a bunch of things with the numbers, so it's a little bit up in the air, and there are some flex spots that you can run as well. And that's it for the deck rundown. Now here's a live commentary game so you can see how it plays out. And for this example game, we'll be fighting Jhin PNZ. Getting a little spicy there, I like that. We'll get rid of the Blossoming Blade, and we could probably also get rid of the Green Glade Duo. Since PNZ is going to have easy access to killing my elusive, I think it'd be better to just play around the Dami Mami and the Desert's Wrath. So much easier. So I'll probably play her on like defense 3. Oh, this is like full on burn. So I'm going to have to play Desert's Wrath on defense 3 once they set up an attacker. I see. Then I will have to actually get on the board here and play the Sparring Student straight up. I don't think they would sack Sabo, so if they play nothing, I will attack. If they have like Mystic Shot or something, then my Sparring Student will have to hold that L. Alright, I cannot attack with the Student then. Alright, so they're playing like Jhin Annie with extra steps. A little bit more burn heavy. Oh, okay, interesting. I will have to block. We need to preserve HP. Killing the Sabo's nice. And then play the Dami Mami here. Tough? Tough is really good. Next turn, I'll probably play another Dami Mami, unless I top deck a champion. If I top deck a champion, I'll play that instead. And then do a tough champ. That would be really nice. Updraft draw. Okay, cool. Are they going to updraft the Ignition? No, they're playing the Ignition. Sure thing. You got that. I'm not really used to playing Lead and Follow. I'm much more used to this being Retreat, Return, so I'm going to have to get used to that too. Let's go ahead and do the Dami Mami like I said. Yep. And then we'll play the Desert's Wrath on top.
When I allow. Don't waste my time.
3/3 tough is really, really strong. Cannot sleep on that. It's a good body.
Oh, I can see the magic.
Alright, let's do Desert's Wrath. I think we might win without champions, by the way. This is actually a pretty powerful hand, all things considered. Alright, I will be attacking with Dami Mami and these Sand Soldiers. Because of tough. There's nothing they can do about it. And they're taking 13. That is so fine. I hope they top deck Jhin and just play Jhin, because then I will Defiant Dance, and I might start winning the game here soon. There's Azir! Let's go! That's my boy. If I can get that Azir down, like this turn, and like we're relatively safe, we can just straight up win. I might save him for attack turn though. I guess we'll see. Updraft to draw. Yeah, just play Jhin. Just play Jhin, bruh. Just do it. I know you wanna. Yeah, I don't want to do anything. I want to play reactive. I'd be so okay with passing if they're okay with passing, obviously, because I can just win next turn straight up. I just need 9 mana, right? 3, 5, 7. 7 mana. Medium? Sure. Sure. I think that means I can very safely play the Azir. I don't need the Defiant Dance anymore. Unless they had an updrafted Jhin, in which case I'm going to be so mad. Yeah, that's fine. What are you going to do with that? A whole lot of nada. Yep, that's what I thought. A whole lot of nada. Why wouldn't I just Blossoming Blade this immediately? Right? Have fun! Have fun! Azir Irelia's back! Azir Irelia's back! And I'm not even drawing good hand. It's like a very okay hand. It is so okay, it hurts. But like, it's enough. And that's the crazy part. You're at 1 HP and a dream. Are you really going to be able to deal 11 to me?
No one's the one.
I'm up an attacker. There's just no way.
Useless.
There is just no way. Sure, you're gonna get that. That's fine. I have impact. I win on the Azir. They have to kill my extra attacker, and they also have to deny the attack from the Azir because I have the impact. There's no way. Yeah, the burn deck got outburned. You see? And this is nowhere near the upper level of power that Azir Irelia has. It can pump out some crazy numbers with insane consistency. This was not even it. And for the final deck, if you know me, you also know I'm excited because Jhin Annie is also back in rotation, baby, and this is my favorite deck. Coming in with a win rate of 55.75% and a play rate of 2.7%, it is the premier burn aggro deck of the format. Its best matchups include Teemo Nora, Yasuo, Nora Janna, and also Zed Heck Ephemerals. Its worst matchups are Annie Gwen, Sivir Kai'Sa, Swain Alawi, and unfortunately, Janna Nilah. So this is a burn aggro deck with a focus on skills. Skills are additional effects that cards have when they either attack or when they're played from hand. So you're going to be getting a lot of extra damage, and there's also some synergies like Mana Soul Student and also Jhin himself, which do bonus effects when you are playing skills. Also Annie levels via skills, so a lot of really cool stuff. Also fast speed and slow speed spells, so the deck has like innate synergy and is very self-contained. It knows what it wants to do and it plays around that win con very well. There's also some stun synergy that you can do, making it to where the opponent can't block your attackers. So if you set up and go wide and then you do like a double stun turn, oh god forbid you have Jhin on the board and you get like a triple stun because of Lotus Trap, the opponent just can't play. It's a really strong snowballing deck that is good at getting ahead, and then once it's ahead, it's really good at not letting go of that pressure. So you are going to be burning some people down, killing them pretty consistently. Around turn 5, turn 6 is where you're going to be going for. Sometimes 7, 8 if the game does go late. And if it does, you have Jhin level up, and you also have Augmented Experimenter to help fish more damage in the late game in case you do get that far. But for the most part, very aggressive curve. Really, really strong, really fun. It's pretty consistent too. You can get some pretty bricky hands, but this deck is finally at full power for the first time in a long time. The only thing it's missing still is Decimate, which has not seen the light of day since the very first rotation happened years ago. So I don't think Decimate's ever going to come back. But regardless, it is basically in full form. If you want to play this version, it is here. This is like the standard basic version that I would recommend everyone play or get into if you are trying to learn Jhin. Would recommend. There's also the Tome version. Tome and Telsi are in rotation if you want to get spicy and play Tome. Get really, really big skill chains. If you want to play Tybulk is in rotation again if you'd like to play that variation of Jhin. So the world is your oyster. There's a lot of things you can do. This list is just the one that I would mainly recommend. I would avoid looking at the ones on stats websites that include Doombeast, because Doombeast is not a very good card. Definitely run this version that you see here. And that's it for the deck rundown. Now here's a live commentary game so you can see how the deck plays out. And for this final example game, we have Mono Freljord, Ashe and Sedge. So this is probably going to be pretty similar to like Ashe LeBlanc, I would assume, but it could also be playing something more akin to Zombie Ashe without the zombie from SI. I'm not really sure. I think it's just like really Frostbite heavy. There's probably going to be the Wolves. The Wolves are very good. So we always want to keep Sunhawk. I think I will mulligan away the rest. Try to get a 1-drop or 2. Sunhawk is like a permakeep. It's so strong. If no 1-drops, that's okay. You can play the Boom Crew Rookie on turn 2. And that shouldn't be met with much threats unless they have buffed Yadulski, in which case that's really bad. But we'll see. Hopefully no Yadulski. Omen. Alright, so they're going to be playing with stats. However, those stats are very likely going to be stunned. We opened a very stun-heavy hand. And we can always use Pirouette for 1 mana as long as we lead Tusk Speaker with that, so that's going to be nice too. I think I'm going to play Sunhawk this turn. Ooh, yeah, I'm going to play Sunhawk Annie, alright? So, we'll Sunhawk the Yadulski. We need to play Sunhawk first because it's stun from Daybreak. Very important, and also because they would have done next action attack. We will also block here. Go ahead and take away one of their blockers potentially, unless they want to use Sky Splitter or Elixir of Iron now. Yeah, or Brittle Steel. They were probably hoping that I would put Boom Crew Rookie in front of Omen Hawk, and then they could Sky Splitter, but I did not do that. I did the Sunhawk because I am smart. Now, we shall do Tusk Speaker, Pirouette, and Stagehand, and then we win the game. I'm not even kidding, watch. Tusk Speaker. That is a Lotus Trap. I'll probably do Pirouette next, targeting the Omen Hawk. That way it might force a... Oh, hello, Ashe. Pirouette. There you go. Ping the Omen Hawk. Stun the Yadulski. And then we Stagehand the Ashe, and we might just win on turn 4.
We are at the threshold of
When I said I win, like, a minute ago, I was not kidding.
we do.
Like, I think we just straight up win now. We'll actually attack with Annie on the right because she'll get enhanced Annie attack, so it's more damage. Yeah, it's 16, 17. Attack 4 lethal, guys. Play your cards right, and you can just kill people on 4, even though they have Omen Hawk Yadulski. Don't even matter. Most decks would see their hand and be like, GG. They have to have second Brittle Steel now, by the way. If no second Brittle, they just lost on 4. Alright, we're still playing. I was talking all that mad shit just now. We're still gonna win, but like, crazy, isn't it? Most decks would see this and be like, alright, I lose. But this deck doesn't care, because we can just utilize stuns. Who cares about stats? We have direct damage, right? No big deal at all. And they have to fight a very losing battle here. I will go ahead and block most damage with the Sunhawk, and then just take 4. I don't mind that. And I'm not playing Jhin. No real reason to. I think it's actually better to play on curve here and do Mana Soul Student and Boom Crew Rookie, and then we just win on open attack through the multi-threats. We could even lead Tibbers if we want. We can win that way too. Like, there's so much we can do. We could just win on open. We could play the Tibbers. We can just be kind of mean in general. Yeah, we can play Sunhawk and Jhin, and then Jhin levels this turn, and we have Curtain Call on 6. There's so many things we can do. We can kill them every which way from Sunday. And that's it for this week's decks. Extra shout out to the patrons on screen. Much love and thank you for supporting. So yeah, to wrap things up, this meta seems very aggressive since a lot of control decks got rotated, so the game feels incredibly different from last patch. The 3 best decks being Janna Nilah, Azir Irelia, and Jhin Annie is a pretty good indicator of what the next few months are going to be like. Thank you so much for watching and have a good one. Laters.